Hi everyone, and welcome to the Quillen ETSU Physicians webinar for Allscripts Basic Navigation for Central Billing. Once you have logged into Allscripts, you will automatically be taken to your workplace. The workplaces in Allscripts are defined by the user role, so your workplace should be set up for billing. And the word billing will appear up here in the upper left-hand corner. If your workplace does not have your correct job title listed here, please let us know, as we will need to fix that for you. As soon as you log on, you will see this grayed out toolbar somewhere on your screen. This is referred to as the floating clinical toolbar. You won't need to use this, so we suggest that you hide it from view when you first log on so that you won't see it again until the next time you log on. To do this, go ahead and click on the Tools link in the upper right-hand corner of the toolbar, click the down arrow, and then click on the Show Hide Clinical Toolbar. Now we'd like to point out some of the features and terms in the workplace here, as you will hear these often throughout training. The tabs across the top of the page, Task List, Clinical Desktop, Daily, etc., comprise your horizontal toolbar, or the HTB. The links on the left-hand side of the page are your vertical toolbar, or the VTB. When we want you to navigate to a specific area during training, we will use the terms HTB and VTB so that you'll be able to find items quickly. Now we're going to go ahead and pull in a patient here so that we can demonstrate the patient banner. Underneath the HTB in the left-hand corner, you will see a link called Select Patient with a drop-down arrow next to it. Click on the drop-down arrow and a small box will appear which will have two choices, Search and Clear. Clicking on Search will bring up another box in which you can type the patient's last name. Now if you notice the small field next to the patient field, you will notice that you can also search by the patient's date of birth, medical record number, etc. We're going to go ahead and search by patient's name, so type in the patient's name here, and then if there is more than one choice populated in the list, click on their name and hit OK. Their name should populate into the area underneath the HTB. This is referred to as the patient banner. Basically, the patient banner contains demographic information on the patient, such as their name, medical record number, sex, age, date of birth, phone number, allergies, and their PCP. The box also has a section called FYI, which is where notes can be added in on the patient. We tend to think of this section as replacing the sticky note on the chart. Items added here will include things like the patient is hard of hearing or the patient requires an interpreter. It is just useful information that can be viewed by either the front desk or the clinical staff. If the FYI box on the patient banner is yellow, that means that there is an available FYI. If it's grayed out, the section is empty. We'd also like to point out two other icons on the patient banner. The small blue eye, known as the information icon, and the yellow triangle with the exclamation point. The blue eye is where information regarding the patient's insurance, pharmacy, language preferences, etc. is stored. Now the yellow triangle indicates that a medical history consent has not yet been obtained. Once the consent has been either received or denied, the icon will disappear from the patient banner. The box that pulls up when you've clicked on the blue eye is called the Patient Profile Dialog box, and this contains the demographic information. Now if you notice at the top of the page, the FYI box is here, and chart alerts. Most of the information on this page is grayed out because this information flows over from Experior. It's not information that is put in on this page. However, you can view the information here. As you see here, the patient's information can be viewed here. There are its benefit plan and pharmacy and any additional providers that the patient has. Task lists this is the first tab on the horizontal toolbar, and this is where you'll be defaulted to when you first log into Allscripts. And this is essentially your to-do list. Your individual task list can be found under the My Active Tasks view, which again is the default view. However, if you click this drop-down arrow next to the box, you will also have a DTC view, which will be specific to your job title. So if you do 10 care, the view will say DTC 10 care. If you work commercial insurance, it'll say DTC commercial, etc. The next tab over is the Daily tab. and this allows you to view a daily schedule. If you click the blue All icon and search for a provider, you can pull in any provider's schedule within the MEAC organization. The next tab over is the provider's schedule, and this is very similar to the daily tab, but this allows you to view up to 4 providers at the same time. For the most part, we imagine that the physicians who are precepting will be using this, as they'll be able to pull in their resident schedules. The next tab on the list is the patient lists, and these are customizable patient lists which can be built for you. For example, in the billing department, you might like a list of patient accounts who are delinquent. The EHR team can create this list, and you can populate the list as you work with your clients. The Appointments tab will show you all of the upcoming appointments for the patient who is currently pulled into the patient banner. Let's go to the clinical desktop. This is where you're going to find the patient's chart. Billing staff have the customer service view, which allows you to look at the chart viewer and appointments on the left and the patient information on the right. The chart viewer tab allows you to view the patient's chart in a variety of ways. And if you click in this section here, you'll notice that you can view it by notes, by specialty, by section, etc. You can basically organize the chart any way you like. Now, as you notice here, Will Turner, super user, doesn't have any notes on his chart, so we're going to pull up a patient who does so that we can show you what the notes look like. I believe Beast has some notes in his chart. Okay, so as you see here, this has organized the notes in this patient's chart by section, by subspecialty, or by subsection, I'm sorry. And if you click these different views, the notes and the items in the chart will be reorganized. So you might want to get in there and play around and kind of take a look at that and see how that's organized so that you can find stuff quickly. Now, if you have a particular note highlighted, you can view or print the document. If you pull up one of the notes, if you double click on it, you'll be able to view the note. Sometimes it doesn't take on the first try. And scroll down and you can view the patient's note. To get out of this, you're going to hit close at the bottom on the gray toolbar there. This will take you back to the clinical desktop. Now, if you want to print this, you're going to have the note that you want to print highlighted, and then on the bottom toolbar, click the print button, and if you hit selected, it's going to print just that one note. You can print the entire chart, but again, you're going to want to be careful because that will indeed print the entire chart if you choose chart option here. So click selected, and here you will choose your printers, the server, the printer, and this will all be set up for you. And you'll want to change the letterhead to match the clinic where the document was generated. And then you can hit preview here if you want to see what it's going to look like with the letterhead attached. We aren't actually going to print this, but we're just showing you what it will look like when you print it off. Now please note that we are in the test environment here. In the live environment, the printer and server information should already be there, so you won't have to change that. When you pull up that print dialog box, that information should be pulled in. And that's pretty much it for this session. We appreciate your taking the time to look at the video, and we encourage you to contact us with any questions that you may have. Have a great day, everyone.